There once was a gentleman who had a laborer who never went about in company. His fellow servants did all they can to make him come with them, and now they enticed him in the tavern, but they could never get him to stay here long, as he always wandered away by himself through the woods. One day he went strolling around in the forest as usual, far away from any village and the haunts of men, when he came upon a huge serpent, which wriggled straight up to him and said, "I'm going to eat thee on the spot." But the laborer, who was loosed in the loneliness of the forest, replied, "Very well, eat me. How hast you mind to?" And the serpent said, "Nay, I will not eat thee. Only do as I tell thee." And as the serpent began to tell the man what he had to do, turning back home, it said, "And thou might my master angry those has tarried so long, and there was no one to work with him, so that his corn has to remain standing in the field. Then he will send thee to bring in the sheaves, and I'll help thee. Load the wagon well, but don't take quite all the sheaves from the field. Leave one sheaf behind, though more than that thou needest not leave, but that thou must not leave. Then beg thy master to have the little sheaf by wages. Take no money with him, but one little sheaf only. Then while the master had been feed the sheaf, burn it. Then if fair lady would keep a sheaf, take her to a wife. The laborer obeyed, and went and worked for the master as the serpent told him. He went out to the field to bring one of his master's corn, and marvelously he managed it, bringing all the corn by himself. And as he loaded the wagon so heavily, it creaked beneath his burden. Then when he had brought home all his master's corn, he begged that he may not have the remaining little sheaf for himself. He he refused to be rewarded for his smart labor, though he would take no money. He wanted nothing for himself, he said, but the sheaf he had left in the field. Then he went out by himself onto the field, burnt the sheaf as the serpent had told him, and immediately a lovely lady leapt out of it. The laborer forthwith took and married her. And now he began to look out to a place to build his hut upon. His master-maid built the place where he built his hut. As his wife helped him with the building of it, it seemed like he never laid a hand on it. His hut grew as quick as thought, and as contained everything but that I wanted. The man did not understand it, but he could only walk and wonder at it. One day he looked there and everything quite spick and span ready for use, as the whole village had a better house than be. And so he might have lived in long peace and prosperity by the end of his days, as his desires outstripped his hearts. He had free fields of standing corn, and when he came home one day, his laborer told him, "Thy corn is not gathered in yet." "What is the meaning of this?" "Those ripe standing on all its different stalks, but the season is getting on, and all the care of the labor of his wife as well, as the corn was still standing in the field." But then, as in anger, as a response, he cried, "I see how it is. Once a serpent, always a serpent." He was quite by himself all his way home, and was very wrath because of the wife, because of the corn. When he got home, he went straight to his chamber to lie down on his pillow. There was no sign of his wife, but a huge serpent going round and round, standing right in the middle of the pillow. Then he called mine out, as his wife said to him, "Beware, for heaven's sake. For ever calling me a serpent, I will suffer thee by not call me by that name. And thou hast not shalt lose thy wife." He called this to mind now. Then what he had said could not be unsaid. Then he referred to the good wife that he had, and how she herself had sought him out, and how she has waited for him continuously and done him boundless good. Yet he has not been able to refrain his tongue. So that now, maybe, that without his wife for the rest of his days, his heart grew continually at the weight of him and the thought of all this. As he wept bitterly because of all the harm he had done to himself. Then the serpent said to him, "Weep no more. What must be, must be. Then thy standing corn thou agreed about. Go to thy barn, and though thou want all the corn lying to the very last little grain. Have I not brought home and stretched it for free and set everything in order? Now I must depart without this to first find me." Then she crept off, the man following her, weeping and mourning all that set everything in order. The once the time is already dead. Then by seized the forest, she has coiled herself round and round between a hazelnut bush. Then he said to the man, "Now kiss me once before I do not bite thee." Then she kissed her once, as she wound herself to a branch of the tree, and asked him, "What hast thou within thee?" He answered, I don't seem to think that he knew what everything was going on in the world. And then she said to him again, "Kiss me a second time, and this was not for now." She asked once he had kissed her again. "Now," said he, "I understand all languages is thought to me a second time." Then she said to him, "Now kiss me a third time, for this will be the last time." Then she kissed the serpent for the very last time. And she said to him, "Was that not for now?" "Now," said he, "I know what's going on under the earth." "Go now," said she, to the Tsar, "and he must give his daughters knowledge thou hast. But pray to God for poor me, but now I must remain a serpent for the rest of life, and forever." And for that the serpent uncoiled herself and disappeared among the bushes. But the man went away and wedded Tadar's daughter.